You want to know the fastest and most surefire way you can get ahead of 95% of the people your age? Be charismatic. It is statistically proven that the people who are more charismatic attract a partner they actually love, they land a job that is actually fulfilling, that makes them more money, and they live an overall better, happier life. And if you look at me, I'm just a regular dude with a scruffy ass buzz cut who just likes to yap on camera. But I have yapped for a pretty long time, so I reckon I could teach you a thing or two about being charismatic. And look, you don't need to be very charismatic, you just need to be a little bit charismatic, because no one in our generation is actually charismatic. So do yourself a favor, because your future self will thank you in a day, a week, a month, a year from now for taking this stuff in. A few months ago, I had a friend come and visit me. Let's call him Johnny. He came to my hometown. So Jono and I went down to my local pool. And next to the pool, there is a table tennis table. And we went into the pool, gets good in a minute, to get the table tennis equipment. And there's an extremely attractive young woman at the counter. My friend walks in behind me, but when we're walking up to this girl, he walks in front of me to talk to her. At that point, I didn't know why he did that, but he tells me in a minute, and he starts, I don't know, kind of not flirting with her, but having that flirty type of tone. And you can tell, I'm observing this girl. You can tell she likes it. You can tell. She has a smile on her face, but you can tell in her eyes she's interested in my friend John Boy. He possessed an energy where you'd be around him and all you'd be is confident. You'd feel full of yourself, not too full of yourself, but you'd feel full to yourself as a point where you're not arrogant, but you're very, very confident around him. He makes you feel like somebody. So we go and play table tennis. He beats me. I think it was like out of 7 games, he wins like 4-2. We go and return the equipment. It's getting dark, and that girl's still working there. We walk in. And as soon as she sees him specifically, because he's walking in front of me, she just lights up. Biggest smile on her face. It's like a 10-second interaction. So we return the equipment, we walk out, and I'm like, brother, she was lit up when she saw you. Why didn't you shoot your shot? And he's like, oh, I don't really know the area. I'm not gonna, just talk to a girl I've seen for the first, for the first time. I would have shot my shot if I was in his position. I'm just saying. We hop in the car to drive back to my place. And I asked him, bro, like, how do you get that confidence? Like, what made you have that confidence? What made you have that charisma? All he said was 2 things. Number 1, pure intentions for other people, actually wanting to see people smile, just from, your energy. And not really giving a fuck in the process. So the day after that, I just went for a walk, right, where a few people would be walking, so I'd be able to, say hello and maybe start up a conversation or 2. And all I had in my head was that intention, just to make this person smile, bright up their day. That would probably mean I would have to smile as well, bring that positive energy. I had no conversation plan, and that was the best preparation I could ever do. Just those 2 things. Who cares if people judge you? And I'm just gonna go in hoping this person smiles. If they don't, who cares? Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna reflect positive energy. That is the foundation. It's very hard. You can still be charismatic without that, but it makes it so much easier when you're actually in it for other people. Of course, you're in it for yourself. You don't really care what people think, but you genuinely just wanna see other people smile. You're probably wondering why I have Ohio and Dubai on the board. Let me get to it. You and I are going on a holiday together, and we can only go to one of these 2 places. Our choice of these 2 places, assuming if we, personify them, is that the right word to use? Whatever city holds the most charisma, we are going to visit. Charisma based on our values and beliefs. Because really, all charisma is energy, if you think about it. It's an emotion you're feeling around somebody that you can't gain with someone else, or to the extent of this person, how they're giving it to you, if that makes sense. So, if we value a more luxurious type of experience, a rich type of experience, a networking type of experience, a business type of experience, Dubai is probably going to be more attractive to us, okay? If assuming Ohio is more simple than Dubai, I haven't been to both of them, so don't judge me. Assuming Ohio is more of a simple, maybe relaxing experience, I don't know. We are going to be more attractive to this because it aligns with our values. And I'm only saying this to prove the point that you are not going to impress everybody. People think charisma is being able to rizz up anyone, try to get any girl or make as many friends as possible. No, it's the ability to make or maximize the relationship you have with specific types of people who align with your values and your beliefs. You won't be able to impress everybody. You won't. You won't be. Dubai doesn't impress everybody. Maybe it impresses you because you love that luxurious, rich lifestyle. You like, how do people not like Dubai? Maybe you're more of a nature person. How do people not like nature? How do they love being around a fuck ton of people? It doesn't make sense. It's the same thing with charisma, bro. Now, I'll touch on this very, very briefly because it's a percentage. It's a part of charisma, and that is physical attractiveness. If we were just going off of physical attractiveness from these two cities on which to visit, we'd probably visit Dubai. That's just my perspective. Maybe you like the more simple, visually appealing, Dubai seems better in my opinion. So, physical attractiveness is definitely a part of being charismatic. It definitely, I'd say it's maybe a quarter of it. Maybe a fifth of it. But once you get to actually know people, it doesn't matter that much, and I'll explain that in a minute. Without getting too looks maxi here, to maximize your attractiveness, just simple things. Drinking more water, eating better diet, getting better sleep, right? Eliminating your bad habits, getting more sunlight, getting more vitamins. All these really simple things will definitely help you. However, let's say we choose to go to Dubai for our holiday together. We go there for 2-3 weeks. When we get to Dubai, we want to feel a certain type of energy. We don't want to go to Dubai and feel poor. Or maybe you want to go to Dubai to feel poor so you can be motivated to become more rich. I don't know. But let's just assume our expectation is to feel rich in this rich environment. If Dubai doesn't do a good job at making us feel that way, it isn't very charismatic. I want you to create and reflect a certain type of emotion that you feel within yourself. For me, that is inspiration. I love feeling inspired, and hopefully my character can reflect inspiration. So, a way to become more inspirational is by setting goals, putting your actions over your words, maybe speaking a little less, but having your actions do the talking, achieving, amazing results. And hopefully the people who don't envy you, because you don't want these people in your life, you want the people who are inspired by your actions. These are the people you want to attract. You can attract them to a greater level than the people who don't have that vision and goal setting. So I want you to go deep within yourself. What do you love feeling? What's the emotion you love feeling? And how can you reflect that emotion in your personality and your character? I can guarantee you, each and every single one of you have something inside yourself that makes you unique. You might not attract a whole lot of people, but you attract better people. You attract one diamond compared to one piece of gold that are the same size as that diamond. That diamond is probably more valuable. Now, let's go back. I think we've done with the cities. We might be back to them in a minute. Let's go to Jono. My handwriting's horrible. Anyways, we're in the car, we're chatting, and he asks me basically my journey from where I am now to when I was 15 years old starting YouTube, because he does YouTube as well. And it probably took me around 3 minutes to really share my whole experience. And he did such a good job that he turned that 3 minutes, and John Boy, if you're watching this video, you probably know what we're talking about. He turned that 3-minute conversation into at least a 60-minute conversation simply by his ability to big ears, 2 ears, 1 mouth, listen. Because of his ability to listen. You might have heard it a couple of times. It's pretty popular now amongst like the communication skills, being able to listen, but it's definitely true. The quality of your questions determine the quality of your conversations. Your communication skills, I would say, is probably the most important part of being charismatic. Your ability to speak, your ability to change tones of voice, right? To bring off certain emotion. Because again, charisma is simply energy. Tone of voice is energy. So you're feeling a different energy right now because I've softened my tone. If I up my tone, you might listen a bit more. It's all about energy, basically. Like if you just think about it, and I don't claim to be no guru on some shit. I'm not trying to portray that, but it's simply common sense. Deeply listen. Ask to listen, not ask to respond. All right? Don't ask how's your day going, just because you want to say good. You say, how's your day going, to actually hear the other person, which comes back to the foundation, which is pure intentions and wanting people to enjoy your presence, smile, be inspired. I will leave a video at the end of this video on how you can improve your communication skills, because I already made like an 8-minute video on it. I'm not gonna go over it again. And when me and Jono were talking, he's a very good communicator, he is, but paired with that communication was an element of authenticity that just made me trust him. You could tell that, again, he had pure intentions for me. It all comes back to those pure intentions. If you have that, you're fine. He had authenticity. What makes someone attractive to you? Like, let's say friends, right? What makes a friend attractive to you? If you have a friend who is not trustworthy, he goes against his word, he never shows his weaknesses, he acts really perfect compared to the person who is the opposite of that. They show their weaknesses, they're not afraid to be portrayed as not perfect because they have confidence within themselves. Who do you want to hang around? Who do you want to connect with? I don't think it's the guy you can't trust. Authenticity equals trust. Now, how do you be more authentic? A lot of people think that authenticity is venting. No, you're not talking to a therapist, bro. You're talking to a friend. All right, you're talking to a girl, you're talking to a potential girlfriend. I don't know. Authenticity simply means showing the vulnerable side of you. Like with me. Yeah, I'm talking, you know, like how to gain charisma, but I go extremely red when I get embarrassed and it makes me look like an idiot. Honestly, it does. I make these videos, but sometimes I go really red when I'm giving a speech or I'm talking to somebody. It's just, I don't know, it's just something I have. That's something that I will share with somebody. I do not portray myself as perfect. It's the same thing with you, because it portrays trust, okay? It's very, very important. Authenticity is a massive part that really is paired with communication. Also in your body language as well. Body language is definitely important, but I think that's been covered on various other YouTube videos. I think the most important thing about Jono's authenticity, when he was sharing his darker moments, I felt that I could share my darker moments as well, and I could be my actual self around him, because our actual selves, we have faults. We do. Nobody is perfect, brother. That's the danger of social media, because it tries to rewire our mind to believe that that is not the case. When you be yourself, people may judge you. They're not the people who you want to attract. Just like these cities, right? You might not want to go to Ohio. Don't attract people from Ohio. Attract people from Dubai. But a percentage of people, I would say most people, will be able to trust you more, and they will feel like they can be themselves around you. If you can be 100% yourself around somebody, like imagine you have that feeling around someone. You can be 100% yourself, there's no judgment. How much do you want to hang out with them? You probably want to hang out with them all the time. That is you, that is being charismatic. Charismatic isn't, it is a part of confidence, yes, but it's about, I don't know, if you think about it, it's all about trying to build strong relationships with people. Relationships isn't always sexual. It's business, friends, it's professional, and you make this person feel something around you. The best way you can do that, you can make them feel comfortable by simply sharing the vulnerable side of you. So, hopefully, again, I'm not a guru or coach. I never will be. I'm always a student, just like you. But that's what I've learned over the last 3 years. Hope that helps, bro. And I'll actually catch you in the next video this time. This one, if you need to improve your communication. Peace.